Hi, doc. Is it possible that Crohn's disease is a result of our immune system recognizing what food damages us and thus overreacting to eliminate them? Sort of, in a sense, sort of what I was talking about before. My theory on autoimmunity is that it's not. Maybe we can maybe even clip this. Um, is that it's not autoimmunity in the first place. I don't think that that's right way to think about it, because I took postgraduate immunology before I went to medical school. And so the idea of autoimmune issues and molecular mimicry and us making antibodies towards something and that cross-reacting with something in our body, that never made sense to me. That never sat right with me, because our immune system is actually incapable of doing that. It was very clear to me that that was the case. So when your immune cells are maturing in your bone marrow and your thymus, they're tested against every single antigen and possible chemical that your body can possibly make. And if it reacts even weakly, it has the ability to react even weakly to any of them, they're killed. And they're never let out into the systemic circulation. So your body is incapable of attacking itself. It's not possible as long as that process doesn't break down. It's very unlikely that it would. Molecular mimicry is even more problematic, because it said, well, if you have a virus or a this or a lectin or a something that your body reacts to, makes an antibody towards, and then that's similar enough to one of our antigens that there's a bit of a cross reaction, and then your body gets more sensitized towards that. Well, if it's able to cross react, it was able to react in the first place. If it was capable of making that, because they're just pumping out antibodies and things like that to just try to find something that it sticks to. Ooh, we got one. And then you do a full court press. So you would have reacted to your own body long before then. You don't need to have a triggering incidence where you have, molecular mimicry or something like that. Because if you were capable of cross-reacting, you were capable of reacting in the first place. And you're not. Your immune system is not capable of doing that. It also doesn't fit that your body has now mounted an immune response to your own body, specifically to your own body, because when you have a bacterial infection and you have this, whatever, you have visible infection, you have this abscess, something like that, your body is mounting a huge immune defense against this, and it's kill or be killed. And so you're ever increasing attack and pressure on this bacterial infection. You're not just going to go really hard at one point and then lay down and then go at it again and then lay down. But that's what we see in autoimmune issues. We see these ebbs and flows and flare-ups and calm periods and things like that, with or without medications, with or without immune suppression, with or without giving people corticosteroids. So that wouldn't make sense. If your body's sensitized to your thyroid, for instance, your body is just going to full court press attack that until it's dead, right? In the case of like Hashimoto's or Graves or something like that, it is not going to just have this wave. Oh, we're going to get it. You know what? It's the weekend. We're just going to chill out. That does not happen with an infection. Why would it happen if your body thinks your thyroid is an infection or thinks your nervous system is an infection, such as in the case of multiple sclerosis? It doesn't make sense. And then I think the most telling piece of evidence that we have that this is not an autoimmune issue, as in your body is making antibodies towards itself, is celiac disease. Celiac disease is considered an autoimmune disease that is mediated by gluten. And gluten is a lectin, and lectins are a protein with a carbohydrate substructure, and they can bind to the different antigens and molecules on the surface of your cells. And so they do that. They bind to your enterocytes, the intestinal cells on the lining of your intestines, and they attack them and they damage them. They cause leaky gut, and they cause all sorts of different problems. And they can cause, now leaky gut, you can get other lectins and things like that to get into the body and cause damage and cause problems. And autoimmunity, leaky gut is strongly associated with autoimmune diseases. And so what does your body do? Your body tries to defend you against the attack of this gluten, of this lectin called gluten. But the gluten is stuck to the cell. And so this antibody going after it is now attacking both, because it's trying to get the lectin, but the lectin's stuck on the cell. Okay. So if you have viruses in a cell, your body will actually kill the cell that those viruses contain, that are contained in. and that's just part of the damage. You just have to get rid of these damn things. And so your body is getting hit with this, and you just keep getting more and more and more. It's like you have this bad infection and your body's just trying to wipe it out, but you're getting a lot of collateral damage as well. But what happens when you stop eating gluten? Problem goes away, right? Even though you still have the antibodies. That's the key. Those antibodies are still in your circulation. They're still in your body. They are not damaging your enterocytes anymore. So you get these microvilli, which is sort of these finger-like projections on the villi. So you have these villi and then microvilli coming off of them, and you get those damaged, and you get flattening of the villi and the microvilli, and you don't get absorption, proper absorption, because that massively increases the surface area, so you can get more absorption, and and it flattens that off, and now you're getting malabsorption issues and other sorts of problems with celiac, which is not fun. Glyphosate is strongly associated with autoimmunity as well, and since we've been using more and more glyphosate, we've seen a massive upsurge in autoimmune as well. But I don't think that's the only reason. Another good reason that ruminant meat is probably so good in autoimmune issues is that, well, at least according to an article I read, ruminants may be able to actually detoxify and filter out glyphosate, and they don't absorb it. So you're eating this meat, you're not even getting glyphosate in that. There's glyphosate in freaking everything, so but ruminants seem to be able to get rid of it. So you get this attack, you get these lectins or glyphosate or whatever attacking your cells, and then your body doing what it's supposed to do, which is attacking that and defending your body against that. But your cells get hit in the crossfire. But then what happens when you stop eating all plants, get rid of all the glyphosate, all the lectins, all that stuff? What happens? Body stops damaging, it stops attacking you, and that just settles down right away. And that's what people see. We see people very quickly, within weeks, their autoimmune symptoms will stop progressing. And in a lot of cases, they'll start to reverse and start to improve. So things with high turnover, like your intestines, you'll recover pretty quickly because they have a lot of ability to regenerate. Right? So you have people with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, celiac. You stop eating these things, and your body and your intestines recover fairly quickly. In the next couple weeks, couple months, you have massive improvements in both symptomatology and on biopsy. So that all improves. Hey guys, just want to take a second to thank our sponsor at Carnivore Bar. I don't promote many products because honestly, all you need to be healthy is to just eat meat. For those times that you're out hiking, road tripping, or stuck at work and you want a nutritious snack that is just meat, fat, and salt if you want it, the Carnivore Bar is a great option. So I like this product not because it's just pure meat, but also because I want the carnivore market to thrive as well. And the more we support meat-only products, the more meat-only products there will be available in the mainstream. So if this sounds like something you'd like to get behind, check it out using my discount code Anthony to get 10% off, which also applies to subscriptions, giving you 25% off total. All right, thanks guys. Even though there are antibodies there, right? And that's key, because there's nothing for those antibodies to attack anymore, because they're not attacking your body. They're attacking the lectins or the whatever that are attacking your cells, and you're getting hit in the crossfire. But then look at MS. Well, you can stop that process. Your body doesn't have anything to attack anymore, but nerves take a very long time. They can take 6 months to a year to 2 years to get as much healing as they can. And that's in the right conditions with all the DHA, EPA, cholesterol, other essential saturated fats like pentadenoic acid, which is C15 saturated fat that I just did a post on about how this is essential to cell membrane integrity. As long as you have all those things, B12, vitamin D, all these sorts of things, then you're going to start recovering, but it's still going to take a long time. It's still going to take a while to recover, and there can be permanent damage. There can be damage done that's not possible for your body to recover from fully. But at least it shuts down that process and shuts down further damage from happening. That's the main thing with doing this, is it shuts down the damage side of this and allows your body to heal what it can. So in tissues that have high cellular turnover, like your skin cells, like your mucosa in your gut, typically you see people improve, quite rapidly because you have high turnover. And so you're going to heal these damaged cells, and then other tissues much slower. And so you're not going to have as much of a recovery. But I think that's exactly what's going on. I think that your body is actually doing its job and is attacking the attackers. You're getting these lectins, they're sticking onto your cells, onto your organs. Your body is attacking those. And then when you remove those, they go away. And those antibodies come down. And sometimes you'll have a bit of a background of those antibodies, because that's typically what you do. If you have like a hepatitis B vaccine, you check your titers 10 years later, you still have antibodies. So if that attack comes again, your body can mount a big response, and it stays up for a while, and then it slows down, but it sort of keeps a basal level of antibodies just in case that comes back again. And so it takes a long time for those antibodies to go away. I see this in Hashimoto's patients. I have over 100 patients with Hashimoto's, and they all improve if they go on to a lion diet, for all those reasons we discussed. But the antibodies do come down dramatically, but it can take a year or more for those antibodies to come down to trace amounts, right? And especially as you get lower, it goes slower, which would make sense, because they're trying to keep just something in the background just in case this attack comes again. So, the lower the Hashimoto's antibodies, even if you're doing everything perfect, the slower it is to go down. But eventually they do go down to nothing. But the key is, what I think is, I don't think they're damaging your body during that time, unless you eat the wrong thing and those lectins or glyphosate or whatever get in your body and start attacking your thyroid again. And then those antibodies can have something to work on, and they'll go up. They definitely will go up. And I see that. I see when people, I've had patients that, went on a vacation. They say, I'll just let it slip for a while. They come back not feeling great. And we check their thyroid, and it's depressed, and their antibodies are, way up. They jumped up hundreds of points, and it's just like, all right, well, this is direct cause and effect. And when they stop eating that way, the antibodies are slowly coming down, 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 down. They slip up, bam, goes up, slowly down, 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 bam, goes up, right? So we can see this in real time. And if that was your body, just an autoimmune response, your body's just like, no, that thyroid's dead. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see it coming down and then spike up, and then coming down and spike up, and conveniently exactly when you eat the wrong thing that have these lectins and glyphosate in them. So that's what I think is going on. I don't think it's an autoimmune issue. I think that's completely misnamed and misunderstood. I don't think it's molecular mimicry. I think your immune system does not have I know your immune system does not have the capability of attacking itself, because it is specifically tested against everything your body makes to see if it will react even weakly. And if it does, it's killed, not allowed out to go and cause damage. And if it was able to react weakly, or react to a virus or a lectin or whatever, and then have that cross reaction weakly with your cells, they'd be able to react weakly in the first place. And so they would have already attacked your body. They wouldn't need that molecular mimicry. Your body's fully capable of attacking itself if you can make something that cross reacts. So the only antibodies that your body's able to make are antibodies towards something that will never cross react with your body. It's not capable of doing it. That's how your immune system works. Hey everyone, really happy to announce a new sponsor for the show and for everybody down in Australia, Stockman Steaks, who are delivering high quality grass-fed and finished pasture-raised beef and other meats, flash frozen and vacuum sealed to your door, something that I've been enjoying a lot of myself recently as well. They also have a great range of specialty items such as high-fat keto mince and carnivore beef and organs mince with liver, kidneys, and beef heart as well. So use code Chaffee today for a free order of beef mince or another specialty gift along with your order at stockmansteaks.com.au, and I'll see you over there. Thanks, guys. And that's it. That's in the textbook, So, but most doctors don't take immunology. Most people in general don't take immunology. I just happened to, because it was offered and I needed upper division credit during my undergrad, and I just thought it looked interesting. And I don't take fluff classes. I took the things that I thought were interesting and that I liked. So that's why I know that. I'm glad I did. There's a lot to be said for having a broad background in education, because you just you come across these things that not everybody else does. If you just have a pigeonholed education, this is the only thing you learn, well, you don't know anything more than anybody else. And you can't come at this from a different perspective because you don't have a different perspective. You have the exact same cookie cutter perspective as everybody else, for better or worse. But, having a broader background in education and history and classics and in science in particular, you're just going to have more to draw on. And so that's my theory anyway. And and so that's what I think is going on anyway. And a lot of people improve those allergies, but don't necessarily get rid of them altogether. So, just have to sort of see what your body does. I mean, my asthma massively improved. I still have asthma, but it's like it's exercise induced and it's sort of a bit of a tightening, but it's not like it was. It's not even close to what it was.